Chapter 2. Earth's movements and its climatic zones. Motion of the Earth. Our Earth shows two types of motion. It rotates like a top and also revolves or moves around the sun in an oval shape known as the ellipse. This path of movement is known as the orbit. It does not seem to be moving to us because everything's on the earth, including the air around it, moves with it. Rotation of the earth. The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation. It completes one rotation in 24 hours. The rotation of the earth causes day and night. The Earth's axis is tilted at an angle of 66.5 degrees. As the Earth continues to rotate, the areas that were facing the sun gradually move away, and the other areas which were away from it face the sun. At the end of 12 hours, the situation is completely reversed. The part of the earth that was originally facing the sun will now be facing away from the sun. It will be night time in that area. This spinning motion of the earth causes day and night. The earth spins from west to east, and so places in the eastern hemisphere have day before places in the western hemisphere. Revolution of the earth. The movement of the earth around the sun is called the revolution of the earth. The earth takes about 365.25 days to orbit the sun. This period is the duration of a solar year on the earth. The quarter day is a little awkward to calculate, therefore it is ignored for 4 years. Every 4th year, an extra day is added to the month of February and it is called a leap year. So, in a leap year, there are 366 days, and February has 29 days instead of the usual 28 days. Let us find out more detail how seasons are formed. The picture given below shows the 4 position of the Earth during its revolution around the Sun. Seasons. The Earth is slightly tilted on its axis. This tilt of the axis and the revolution of the Earth cause seasons. The 5 main seasons on the Earth are summer, monsoon, autumn, winter and spring. Observe the position of the Earth on 21st June. In this position, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. At this time, the sun's rays fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. This is known as the summer solstice. Simultaneously, the southern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, and thus experiences winter. It experiences shorter hours of night and the nights are longer. Now, observe the Earth's position on 22nd December. The seasons in the 2 hemispheres are reversed. The northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun and has winter. On the other hand, the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun and has summer. This is called winter solstice. The sun shines directly on the Tropic of Capricorn on this day. Observe the position of the Earth on 21st March and the position of the Earth on 23rd September. The sun shines directly overhead at the equator. Because of this, the length of the days and nights are equal in both the northern and southern hemispheres. So, We experience spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. These days are known as the spring and autumn equinoxes respectively. Climate. Climate is the average condition of weather over a long period of time. The climate pattern of different places on the earth differs. To determine the type of climate, the pattern of rainfall, temperature, wind, and humidity over a period of 30 to 35 years is studied by scientists, along with the type of landform and location of the place. Factors that affect climate. Latitude. The latitude of a place determines how much sunlight the place receives. For example, the frozen areas of Greenland have a very cold and dry climate. On the other hand, the tropical rainforests of Congo Basin have a very hot and wet climate throughout the year. The difference in climate is due to the difference in the amount of sunlight that the two areas receive. Greenland is located in the Arctic Circle, latitude 66.5 N, whereas Congo Basin is located at the equator, latitude 0. Why does the amount of sunlight received on the Earth vary with latitude? The curve of the Earth's surface causes this difference. Look at the picture. Notice the two land areas in the northern hemisphere, X at the equator and Y near the Arctic Circle. Notice that as X receives direct and more intense rays of the sun, it is heated more. On the other hand, Y receives only the slanting rays of the sun, which are not as intense. The beam of sunlight at Y falls at an angle to the surface, and therefore, spreads over a larger area. As a result, the intensity of the sunlight that falls on the land is reduced. So, Y is much colder than X. Latitude and climatic zones. Based on latitudes, the Earth has been divided into 3 climatic zones. The climatic zones are sometimes called temperature zones. Each of these zones receives a different intensity of sunlight because each is located at different distance from the equator. Let us read more about the 3 climatic zones. The torrid zone. The area on both sides of the equator, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, is called the torrid or tropical zone. The torrid zone receives strong sunlight throughout the year. The heat causes a lot of evaporation. This evaporated moisture rises up, forms clouds and results in rain. So, the zone receives a lot of rain. The climate is therefore very hot, wet and humid. The days and nights are approximately equal in length throughout the year. Winters are not very cold near the equator. The temperate zone. The temperate zone extends from the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, called the North Temperate Zone, and from the Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere, called the South Temperate Zone. The climate in the temperate zone is cooler and drier than that in the torrid zone. The frigid zone. The frigid zone extends from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, called the North Frigid Zone, and from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole in the southern hemisphere, called the South Frigid Zone. At the frigid zones, the latitudes are high and the rays of the sun are extremely slanted as they hit the land. The intensity of sunlight received by the Earth's surface is thus very low, and the climate is very cold. In the frigid zone, there is continuous daylight for 6 months followed by continuous night time lasting 6 months. Altitude. High altitudes moderate the climate by making it colder. For example, areas in the Shivalik hills of Uttarakhand, Mussoorie, altitude to 003 m above sea level, are significantly colder than that of Dehradun, altitude 640 m above sea level. Distance from the sea. Land becomes hotter and cools down quickly as compared to the seawater. During the day, the air above the land also heats up quickly and rises up. This forces cool sea breeze to rush in and cool the land. In the evening, the land cools down more quickly than the sea. At this time, the warm breeze from the sea provides warmth to the land. Areas near the sea are thus neither very cold nor very warm because the sea moderates the climate. Humidity. The amount of water vapor or moisture the air can hold is called humidity. Areas near the equator are hot. So, such areas have high humidity due to the large amount of water that gets evaporated. Wind. Moving air is called wind. It can be hot, cold, humid or dry. Each type of wind moderates the climate differently.